So, finally, I had the time to set up my home studio for some guitar lessons. I've been planning to do this for quite some time, but I didn't really get into it. But here I am, and I'm gonna try and do some more lessons. So the first thing we're gonna talk about today is how do you play flawlessly? How do you play seamlessly live? How do you play without making any mistakes? And the short answer is you can't. No matter how good you are, you will make mistakes while you play guitar. And that applies to any level of guitar player, really. The only difference is that the better you are and the more fancy things that you play, the less people will notice the mistakes you're making. But there are some approaches in order to kind of minimize the mistakes that you are already going to make, or the mistakes that you are going to make no matter how good you are. So I just made up a quick riff for this lesson. Say if I'm playing a song that goes like this. And so on. Let's say that I'm playing this live and might be kind of nervous, might have been practicing this a lot at home, and a band practice is going fine, but then comes the big show and everyone's watching. And what do? If you A, forget the riff, that happens, or B, you just screw up, or something like that. There are basically, I think, two things that you have to think about when you're playing a mistake. The first thing is don't let anyone notice that you just made a mistake. The worst thing that I've seen in live bands, and I've been to a lot of local shows and I've played a lot of shows myself, and the worst thing I know is that when someone in the band makes a mistake, all the other ones are like, what? What are you doing? And that basically just tells the audience that, hey, I just made a mistake, or our drummer just made a mistake, someone screwed up and we suck. And that's not what you want to project to the audience. You want to project confidence and project the fact that you know what the hell you're doing, and if you're doing something wrong, then screw it. That's the way it's supposed to be. So if you make a mistake, just pretend like it didn't happen. That's the first rule. There's actually 3 rules when I'm thinking about this. The first rule is don't let anyone know that it happened. So just play along, no matter what happens. You're playing the riff, you're gonna... And I've done stuff similar to that live 100 times, and every single time I've asked members of the audience or friends or random people from other bands, did you notice that mistake I made in that song? And they're all like, no, you didn't make a mistake. That's because they didn't notice. Maybe it was because the sound wasn't good, or maybe there were some other factors playing in, but the fact that I didn't go like this and just made a lot of stupid faces and basically telling everyone, including my band members, that I'm doing something wrong, that makes me hide the fact that I did something wrong, and that's what you should do. The other thing is, let's say that you just fall completely out of the riff. Either you forget the riff or you just can't stack your fingers correctly. Then the rule is just do something. No matter what it is. It can be anything. In this case, this is the riff that basically always chugs on the low B string. So if I forgot the riff, I would just do like this. And again, nobody will probably notice. It's a lot better than just stopping. So just do something, no matter what it is. You can always go like... And that's basically just improvising. Improvise when something happens. Doing something is always better than doing nothing, and that applies to basically anything in life, I guess. And the third rule is what I like to call the jazz rule, or the jazz trick, and you probably heard of this. It is, if you make a mistake, just make the mistakes 10 more times. Not literally speaking, but if you play something that sounds weird, this especially accounts for a solo or whatever, but I'm going to demonstrate it just by using a scale. Let's say that I'm, for some reason, going to play a G major scale. And this is part of a song, I don't know. But anyways, I end up making a mistake. Instead of playing, I play. So I miss this note for this note. And it is wrong, but the more times you do it, or if you even accentuate the mistake, or whatever, that basically also tells the audience that you know what you're doing and they're wrong for thinking that it sounds wrong. So that's about it. That's my 3 rules for making people think that you're a flawless guitar player. Rule number 1, just don't let anyone know that you just did a mistake. Rule number 2, doing something is better than doing nothing. And rule number 3, if you make a mistake, make it several more times to make it seem like you meant to make that mistake. And that's about it for this lesson. I'm gonna make a lot more. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button. It helps my channel a lot. And this video is also brought to you by guitartricks.com. You can get 2 weeks free membership by using the link in the description below, and that really helps my channel if you do so. So go check out Guitar Tricks for a lot of more information, videos, guitar lessons. That's what I meant to say all the time. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.